power. Simply prepare to be without power. Volusia and Flagler, 65-mile-per-hour plus winds. We're watching the coastal flooding. We think the surge is going to be higher than 3 feet, so we expect the coastal flooding. Our emergency officials have done such an awesome job. Give them a shout out when we get on the backside of this thing, because again, they have done a good job evacuating the appropriate areas. Orange County, 70 to 80-mile-per-hour winds. Watching out for the tree damage, some roof damage as well. Brevard County, we're looking at about 80-mile-per-hour winds, and again, seeing that very high tornado threat that is going to be staying with us, George.
And now one more thing, we have a brand new tornado warning. This one is for a new storm that is kind of organized near Lake Nona. Brian, you can see that. It's just south of downtown Orlando. These are like nuggets of rotation embedded in a widespread swath of rain, and they're just bombarding us from the east. The Atlantic, we have these rotating storms, just one after another. It's like a machine producing these tornado warnings. There it is, Lake Nona, Meadowwoods. There's our newest tornado warning.
So again, Hunters Creek as well will be in this general area. These are very quick-hitting storms. Lake Buena Vista, Meadowwoods, again, take shelter, in shelter, away from the windows. We're here to keep you safe. This is right across the 417.
Yeah, it's right next to the airport.
Yeah, very close to where my parents live. So again, take some shelter there. Meadowwoods, Hunters Creek area in general, southern Orange County. So we're basically southern Orange County, northern Orange County for that tornado risk. Quick-hitting tornadoes. The good news is, if there is good news, that, you know, a lot of times when we get tornado warnings, Greg and Martha, you know, we have to try to pull people off the beach, get people indoors. People are going left and right. You know, I want to pass, it is nice that the folks are already have heeded the warnings. We are Central Florida smart. We're Central Florida tough. Folks have prepped, and again, we'll pass along these tornado warnings, but you've been doing the right thing to begin with, so that is good. But these are cranking right now. These are blowing through.
They are hauling. This one is going to, right now, it's forecast to stay just south of downtown Orlando. But if you're in Windermere, 10 minutes, 9-10 minutes from now, that's when we're expecting that new storm with a potential tornado warning to approach. Harlem Heights, 15 minutes. And as we head toward Orange Mountain, 21, and South Claremont, Mineola, that area, 24, 25 minutes. So one after another, we're prepared for the high wind so we can deal with these tornado warnings. Just hunker down, stay inside, away from the windows, let the storms pass. We want to make sure if a tree falls that you're in the interior part of your house and you can basically protect yourself from that. And also, if any pieces of debris come flying through any windows, you're not near the windows. So that will also add to your level of protection. There it is, massive hurricane. Somewhere below there is Florida.
Can we jump back on camera real quick? Interesting point. Today is September 10th, which is the peak of the hurricane season. In 1960, one of the worst hurricanes to hit Central Florida that was Hurricane Donna. That hit on the exact same date, in the exact same spot, in the exact same time, Marco Island, just after 3 o'clock. That's incredible. Greg, I know you love stats like this. Right. Think about that. 1960, the exact same thing. This, if you were watching TV back then, which a lot of folks weren't back then for some obvious reasons, this is what it would have looked like. The same thing, same date, same time, same location, Hurricane Donna, which is just incredible to think about that little tie-in.
Yeah, I have pictures of Hurricane Donna and how it flooded Pine Hills, and a lot of the pumps that we have now are in place because of Donna. So some of the areas that are low-lying are recipients of what was learned during Hurricane Donna in 1960. So the things that are going to keep your house from being flooded now are thanks to Donna and the research done by those fine folks.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, there's a pumping station. They use numerous portable pumps to actually pump the water out when the water levels get substantially high, and those pumps are getting work out right now.
Yep.
Yeah, and so when we move forward with this, in Donna we saw flooding. We saw cars underwater.
Yeah.
Those pumping stations have gone into place now, and we've opened up a lot of the reservoirs. So George and Brian, do we expect to see that type of water level now that Orange County's under the gun?
Now, this is a good point and a very important point that you brought up, because there's been a lot of fear. These are scary storms, obviously, but we're coming off of Hurricane Harvey. We're not going to see a Hurricane Harvey situation. Keep in mind, Houston is kind of close to New Orleans on the chain for bad location in general. And again, beautiful city, though. And then that storm stalled out. So we're not going to have a Hurricane Harvey. And plus,
the storm surge also, because their water drains to the Gulf. The storm surge basically made for a wall that didn't allow the water to leave the city.
Setup's different. Setup's different.
Setup is different. They use a system of bayous and canals exclusively to try and get that water back out to the Gulf. And when the Gulf level rises, which is what you're talking about, it can be more difficult for the water to drain. We use canals as well here, but we also have so many lakes which can also be used. And we did the story about this. About 72 hours before a storm arrives, they drain a lot of the storage area. And I talked with one of the...
Pump it to the aquifer.
They pump it to the aquifer, they pump it out, they do whatever it takes to make space. And, you know, some of these lakes can accommodate 6 inches of rain. So we're at a good place. We can always be better, but we're at a good place where we can store water a little better than some of these other areas. That being said, we're seeing flooding, and we're going to continue, because when you get rainfall amounts like this, you're going to get flooding no matter how terrific your infrastructure is.
And some people were concerned because Harvey took so long to get through that area that a lot of people have said, hey, is this going to be that long, and are we going to see the amount of rainfall like Harvey?
And that's a good point, because every hurricane is different, and that's why we've been cautioning on TV, make the preps, and then we're going to see what kind of punch Irma has, and we're going to punch it back. This one, Harvey just kind of hung out there, dumped a ton of rain. This one's going to dump some rain, but this one's going to move. Now, this one, the wind field is so extensive. It's been one of the most powerful storms recorded on Earth earlier, period. And the wind field is extensive. So for us, we're going to have flooding issues, yes. But the duration of the winds is going to be something. It's going to be longer than Charlie. I was on TV on Wednesday saying this is going to be worse than Charlie. It is, and it's going to be worse than Matthew, and it is, and for obvious reasons.
Guys, we've got some breaking news. Let's bring you some pictures from MIMS. I want you boys to look at this as well. We believe this could have been the damage from possibly a tornado. We know that 4 structures were damaged. There was a rescue happening with the volunteer fire department. These pictures taken from a cell phone from a viewer. They sent those in to us, so there's no zoom lens. But as you guys take a look at this, what are you seeing, and what are you thinking about what you're seeing here?
Look at the, are we cycling through these? Look at George on this next picture coming up. Check out the roofs in the back right there.
Okay, yeah, so it looks like roof damage to normal single-family residences, and I say that because to make the distinction between a mobile home or a trailer. So, you know, I have the EF scale pulled up right here, so I can look at this and I can say, okay, so we're looking at damage on the level of maybe some uplift of some of the roof deck and significant roof covering. Okay, so from that I can make the estimate maybe 80 to 90 mile per hour winds within this storm that moved through MIMS.
Yeah, we saw that on radar too. It's set up with radar as well.
We pointed that out. Yeah, we saw the rotational couplet. It was I believe around 5:50 in the afternoon.
Yep, 5:50.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, these are developing storms, and we're going to see more of this.
We're getting a lot of help. Thanks, guys, for that. We're getting a lot of help from you, the viewer, our eyewitnesses out there. When it's safe to take pictures, videos, and send those in to us, we'll also relay those as well. We can't be everywhere, but we'd like to share those pictures from what you're experiencing, so please send those into at WFTV.
We do want to let you know that officials in Volusia County are planning on holding a news briefing and update for folks. That is supposed to be happening in about less than 15 minutes at 7 p.m. So again, when the folks in Volusia County begin to speak, we're going to bring that to you live as well.
All right, right now, though, let's continue our coverage. Let's take you back to Brevard County. As we've been showing you, parts of Merritt Island are seeing severe flooding already.
Channel 9's Shannon Butler was in one neighborhood just a few days ago, and residents told her that they were afraid of what Irma would bring them. Today, their fears came true.
This is what people were worried about. I was here on Friday as people were evacuating. They said they were worried about the water, they were worried about the wind, and this is the reason why. Take a look.
They're worried about this storm surge. You can see just how high this water is right now. You get a big storm surge, 6, 7, 8, even 10 feet. It will come over, and you look at how close these mobile homes here, because they're in some danger. You can see there's already water inside this mobile home. If we take you out, we're trying to be careful here because we don't know what is in this water. You can see there's already starting to be water inside this mobile home. Watch yourself, Carrie. Watch yourself. We're going to come